The 80s brought us a lot of cool shit. They brought us the Transformers. They brought us goofy ass haircuts. And they also brought us the modern chainsaw, one of which is the Husqvarna 55. Started off then as the 50, then it changed to the 51. Ultimately, this is its refined version right here in front of us. This is a completely stock saw, and we're gonna start off with this. You ready to go? Let's do it. All right, boys and girls, it looks like we finally made it to round one of the horizontal hustle. We're going to find out who builds the fastest Husqvarna 55. Or it could be a 50 or a 51. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Let's take a look at the bracket here. We've got it all set up with the South, Midwest, East, and West. So we're going to be running 4 rounds to this. This is our very first round, and we're going to start out with the Southern region. I don't think that anybody is really from the South in the Southern region. However, you know, this is the way it works in college basketball too. So let's get started here. Let's see what's going on.
This one's Russell Cox.
Russell Cox.
First up, we got Russell Cox.
See what you got.
All right, he's going up against the stock saw. Both saws are chugging away at it. Looks pretty evenly matched up. Oh my goodness. Very evenly matched up. Oh, Russell Cox takes the win on the smooth glide. Here we go for the tug up. Getting very close. Oh my God, the stock saw beat it. Look at that, 1457 to 1440. So we got to go to the ticker here, and we find out that Russell did it all in 2940, and the stock was 2953. So Russell barely squeaks out a win on that one. Whew, barely faster than the stocker.
This is Tate Pazaski's.
Tate Pazaski.
So Russell moves on. He is going to take on Tate Pazaski. There we go. Both saws gnawing away at the wood. That's a big old block of pine, boys and girls. That's about 13 by 14, I believe. And Tate Pazaski comes out on top on the smooth glide. Now let's see what we got on the tug up. Oh, very close. Look at this. The Russell Cox saw outmanned him on the tug up. 1457 to 1503. So again to the ticker, we got Russell Cox at a total of 2940 and Tate at 2846 of time in the wood. And so Tate will then go on to the next battle.
This one's for AJ Hughes.
So now we got AJ Huff and Tate Pazaski. Here we go. Okay, looks like AJ is coming out to a quick lead. Oh yeah, he gets through that right nicely at 9.77 seconds. Now for the tug up. And we're going to have similar results here. So AJ Huff makes it to the next battle. No need for the ticker here, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyways. 2077 for AJ Huff, and Tate Pazaski still at the 2846. Ooh.
Alrighty, Smitty saw, and I'm filling in for Heidi.
You gained a little weight, Heidi? Red beans and rice, right?
Our ring girl had to go to her second job, so we had to let Big Kevin filled in for her. So here we go with AJ Huff against Smitty. We've all seen Smitty's channel and him building this saw on the channel. Oh my goodness. Looks like AJ Huff is still going to pull out a win on this one. That was unexpected. Okay. And again with the tug up, let's see if the Smitty saw has more torque. The AJ Huff is that saw is running really good. I don't think anybody would be expecting that right there. Boy, just walked away. Again with the Tikka 2077 with AJ Huff, and Smitty got 24.8.
For Cory Nap.
Cory Nap.
All right, this is AJ Huff against Cory Nap. These guys both sent their saws together, actually. Here we go. Very close, but it looks like the AJ Huff saw is actually getting through the wood slightly faster. Yeah, it did. My goodness. AJ, your saw is running good, buddy. Here we go. Oh, we see a little bit of a different story on the tug up. The Cory Nap saw is definitely beating it, and it beat it pretty healthy there. Man, it beat it almost by a full second, and that is going to allow it to just barely squeak out a win against AJ Huff. AJ Huff at 2077, Cory Nap at 2053.
Dino Joe.
Here we go. Here's Dino Joe. It's not one to start, but there it goes. Woo! Here we go. Dino Joe against Cory Nap. Oh, yeah. Dino Joe's saw is moving along, cutting a nice little clip there. Oh, no times? What's that about? And now for the tug up. And very clearly and decisively, Dino Joe takes the win against the Cory Nap saw. But the Cory Nap saw and the AJ Hugh saw, or Huff saw, did really well. But clearly, your winner today is Dino Joe. All right. Now let's go to Boedy and see what he thinks about it. Okay, so there you have it. First round of the horizontal hustle is done, and your winner is Dino Joe. Now, you'll notice that there was no timer on the Dino Joe Cory Nap run. Okay, the reason for no timer is because Dino Joe is going on to the final four, right? So, in case we need to guess what time who comes out top and everything, we don't want to spoil it with his actual time, because like whenever we get up with another time, final four time, you'll see exactly what it is, and you'll know who the winner is before we have the final four, which is not good. So that's why we got no timer on that last run. But let's talk a little bit about the saws. Okay, hey, it is what it is. We've all done this. I've built saws that have not performed better than stock. So, yeah, it barely beat the stocker. It was almost identical times. But we've all been there. There's nothing wrong with that. Saw did run good, and it was able to barely squeak out a win against the stock saw. And that's what I've tried to tell a lot of people. It's like, it is difficult to get power out of this thing. The 55, it really is. I think that the carburetors are so limited on it that it's nearly impossible to get power with a stock carb. So they just don't even, and they needed big fat timing advance too. So, but anyways, sorry about your loss, Russell, but at least you beat the stock saw, right? Okay. Tate, your saw ran pretty good. I can remember literally running it and thinking, hey, that's all right. So, it felt good, felt strong. Who else we got? AJ. Oh, AJ, your saw ran really good. And, of course it gets beaten, but I can remember running it as well and thinking, wow. So, but Cory Nap, same will go to you. Smitty, Smitty's saw, I can tell you this, right? I ran it, and everybody there can attest to this because I was saying this to all of them. So Smitty had a tack right there on the top handle of the saw, on his saw. And that was so handy. And I was looking at, and I know he's going to be wondering because he's done tests, and he's like, oh, it's running about 11.5, 11.6, in the wood. And yep, that thing was holding on the tug up. Now on the downstroke, it was probably more than this, but I didn't think to look up at it. I was trying to do everything as good as I could and give everybody a good, honest run as fast as I can get through the wood. Okay? And with Smitty's, I was actually able to see that RPM. And whenever I was on the tug up, almost the entire way, it was at 11,400 RPM. All right? So, and for his use, or for his purpose, I think that the reason it lost was because if I pulled on it any harder, those RPMs dropped significantly. So I was just trying to get it through as fast as I possibly could, and that ended up being at about 11,400 RPMs, but that was with light pressure, and it was not capable of torquing through. That's a big chunk. And you know what? I've said it before that like hardwood is more difficult to cut than softwood. I'm not thinking that so much anymore. They cut differently, put it that way. But softwood, it ain't no joke. It'll slow your saw right down. Anyways, but yeah, that was what's going on with Smitty's. I tried to go as fast as I could, and it got great RPM, but you know, it just didn't have the oomph behind it in order for me to lay on it and get those cutters to take a bigger bite, I guess. Dino Joe's saw. I don't have the times up or anything, and I'm not going to tell you times or anything, but it was, significantly slower on the second cut. Joe had told me and others that, and it heats up a lot, and it slows down whenever it heats up. And so that's why I got to the wood as fast as I could. I started it up and immediately went into the wood. I wanted to not have it running. I wanted to keep it cool. But with it, I could tell. Like as I'm doing the pull up, about halfway through, I felt it. It was just like, oh, I'm too hot. I could really, truly feel it. And the amount of pressure that I was giving it at the bottom versus the amount of pressure all the way up towards the top was significantly different because it was getting too weak to pull that same pressure. And I mean, in my head, I was literally seeing the aluminum transferring onto the cylinder from the piston to this. I was literally seeing it transfer on. I was like, it's happened right now. This thing is blowing. But, I don't know if it did or not. I just thought it was funny because I was actually seeing it. So anyways, but that's round one of 4 rounds. And then you will have a 5th, which will be the actual Final Four competition. And we will get this thing rounded up. Great job to everybody that built saws. Thank you for participating in this. I'm already making plans for the next one, and this is a lot of work on my end. I mean, I won't deny it, but at this point, all the hard work is done. I spent a massive amount of time on that intro. Hope you like that. Hope you like my assistant, Heidi. Please, guys, refrain from commenting anything stupid. She's a lovely young lady, and she's just doing a little bit of modeling on the side to make an extra buck, and that works out. And but yeah, she's a totally sweet girl, and yeah, don't be assholes, or I'll delete your comment. So yeah, round 1 of the horizontal hustle is down. Now I haven't decided if we're going to go with what bracket we're going to go with. These are set up to offer good video, right? I didn't just throw them in there willy-nilly. I went through every single video and I saw what everybody's time was, and I set it up so that we would have a nice road to the Final Four. And And so far, I think it's good. I hope you enjoyed it. Please put your comments below. And because, YouTube algorithm, blah, blah, blah. I just hope you guys liked it because I'm really proud of it. And I think that it's pretty awesome. So I love the intro. Love it. So many damn names, though. That's why I was rolling them in there fast. And it just takes time. They're freaking 26. I think there's actually 24 competitors. Because 2 of them are in there twice. And really? I can't turn it off. Anyways, I think there's 24 or 25 competitors and actually 27 saws in total. So it's a lot. But yeah, it's fun and I'm having fun with it. And like I said, the hard part is over. Building that whole first intro took days. Anyways, all right, guys. Check you later.